We are running out of time. Damasheth is just wrapping up now. We're going to see if we can grab a word with him now. He is the man. Dams, hello. I'm good. On the eve of deadline day, what do we make so far?
It's absolutely and utterly crazy, if you ask me. The whole window has been very, very busy. Huge deals. Neymar. You've got Mbappe, who's likely to move tomorrow. You've had Dembele as well, and then in England, the likes of Lukaku moving. And deadline day, I think, is going to be very, very busy indeed. And
look where we are. We are at the Skypad. As you can see, 1 day, 8 hours, 31 minutes and 44 seconds. Dams, there is only one place to start. Of course, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Yes, the big news today, is it a good sale for Arsenal or a goodbye for Liverpool? Let me see.
Let's see if this works first of all, shall we?
Quite a temperamental thing.
Let's just pretend Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain then. Let's remind everyone how long there is to go in this transfer window. Yes, listen, this one I think baffled quite a lot of people. It baffled quite a lot of Arsenal fans that I've spoken to as well, because Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, oh wow, there he is. He basically said that he wasn't going to sign a new contract, offered £180,000 a week by Arsenal. That was on the Friday, so we all assumed that that was going to be it for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. That was going to be the last game he was going to play in an Arsenal shirt. And then lo and behold, at 3 o'clock on Sunday, we look at the team sheets at Anfield and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain starting, gets substituted along with Alexis Sanchez after 62 minutes. And then what happens? The day after, they agree a deal with Chelsea. But something didn't seem quite right, because even though the fee had been agreed and personal terms we thought were being discussed, there wasn't any news of Oxlade-Chamberlain going for a medical. So the chronology of it was there's someone else involved, and he was holding out for Liverpool. And as it's proved, Liverpool have come in today, £35 million bid. It's been agreed. He's about to sign. He's discussing personal terms. He's effectively having his medical, well, he might have had it already, at the England cap at St George's Park. Yep. Personal terms, and it should all be done and announced tomorrow.
So just on him, how unsettling is it for a player to make this move this late in the window and also on international break?
I think that perhaps they'll have expected something like this to happen, considering that Arsenal were trying their hardest to keep him, and perhaps saying, look, even if he's in the final year of his contract, we want to keep him. But then they had to make a decision, and it has come late, and Arsenal probably weighed up two things. Do they keep him until the end of the season, lose him for free next summer? And Liverpool could have got him for free then, or do they cash in now? They've chosen the latter option and £35 million richer, but without an England international in their squad now.
OK, staying with Arsenal, Alexis Sanchez, where are we with him?
Well, Arsenal fans must be wondering what is going on at the moment. Let's see if he is on this list. Alexis Sanchez, here we go. So, another player who's in the final year of his contract. This one slightly different to what Arsene Wenger was saying. Wenger maintained with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain throughout the whole window that he hoped he'd stay. He wasn't giving any commitment that Oxlade-Chamberlain would stay. He has said from day one that Alexis Sanchez will be staying at Arsenal in this transfer window. But now you've got a situation where Manchester City have gone straight in with £50 million. They're not going to stop there. That's been rejected. It's the initial bid. Yep. Let's see what happens tomorrow. It's been complicated by a couple of things. Arsenal, number one, if they sell Sanchez, they're not going to have time to get a replacement in. They wanted to do, if this deal was going to go through, perhaps do some sort of business whereby they could get a Manchester City player and return Raheem Sterling. City said that that's out of the question. Yep. They wanted Alexis Sanchez to be a straight cash deal alone. The other thing is that he's in Chile at the moment, and he's got international World Cup qualifiers to contend with Chile. How will they get this thing done logistically if Arsenal are going to agree? It's going to be a race against time.
He kicks off after the deadline.
Exactly.
Right?
So he could be getting changed in the dressing room a couple of hours before as an Arsenal player, and he could kick off with Chile as a Manchester City player. Who knows? But as far as we're aware at the minute, Arsenal's still quite steadfast in their stance that Sanchez will stay till the end of the window. But money talks. Craig Bellamy, I've just heard him on the debate over on Sky Sports main event, and he has actually said expect Man City to go back in tomorrow. He thinks it will happen. They'll go to 60, then they'll go to 70, and it will come to a point perhaps where Arsenal will get an offer that they can't refuse.
And if that does happen, Arsenal are the club that need to do the most work tomorrow?
Well, you say that. Unless they've got something set up already, it's going to be very difficult to manufacture a deal in one day. These deals don't... People think, you know... People often ask me, why are there no developments on a deal? Sometimes clubs can start talking 2 weeks ago and they might not get the fruition of those talks until the end of the window. So how they would get a deal up and running and agree a price with another player in one day is going to be very, very difficult. Maybe Arsenal have got something lined up already in the instance where perhaps Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Alexis Sanchez leave the club. Sorry, my sleeve keeps touching the touchscreen. It's very sensitive.
It is very sensitive when it wants to be.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Chelsea, Danny Drinkwater.
Yes.
What's the latest with him?
Right, so Chelsea look like they're going to be quite busy. Now, this is not just ins but outs as well. So Oxlade-Chamberlain, medical. It was at the medical stage, didn't happen. Obviously, he's not coming. Thomas Lemar, we're on Liverpool. Excuse me, Chelsea fans.
It is
excuse
sensitive,
me.
this Sky pad.
Let's see if we can get to Chelsea. Here we go. So, could be very, very busy. As far as ins are concerned, so we know Oxlade-Chamberlain's not happening. They tried to get Candreva. Inter Milan were always suggesting that 80% chance he was going to stay. His agent said that as well, and he's staying. Alexandra's one they were after throughout the whole window, didn't materialise. The top three, they're the ones that we should be looking at now, I think. Danny Drinkwater has handed in a transfer request at Leicester City. They're still a little bit apart on valuations. It's thought Leicester are asking for upwards of £35 million. Chelsea don't want to pay that much. Can they come to a compromise? But the additional issue to that is that Leicester are going to be loath to sell Danny Drinkwater so late in the window at a price that they're not happy with. So if they're saying £35 million now, perhaps that price will go up tomorrow because they'll say we can't get a replacement, so we're going to need a premium on the price on Drinkwater. That could happen unless they've got something else lined up themselves. Also, Fernando Llorente. Now, this is an interesting one. This is the second window that Chelsea have been interested in him. Antonio Conte knows him very well indeed. Played under him at Juventus. They won Serie A together. They're in talks at the moment, Chelsea and Swansea, over Llorente. Swansea will not sell Llorente to Chelsea unless they've got a replacement lined up. And they appear to... Look at this. Someone else is controlling this. Anyway, let's just talk. Llorente will only be sold if they've got a replacement lined up, Swansea. And it looks like they have in Wilfred Bonney, the guy they sold to City 2.5 years ago for £28 million. They'll be looking to get Bonney back in for less than half that. And the other thing with Swansea as well is a massive coup as well, potentially. Renato Sanchez, Bayern Munich, they're looking to get him on loan. He's using his relationship with Paul Clement. He played under Paul Clement and Carlo Ancelotti when he was at Bayern Munich. Great signing that potentially for Swansea City, given the number of clubs and the big clubs that are interested in him around Europe. Going back to Chelsea, here we go, we're back again. Let's just use this Sky pad. I think it's just getting used to the fact that it's getting so close to deadline that it's deciding not to work. The other one is Ross Barkley. This could go to tomorrow, or it might not happen at all. This one has been complicated, of course, by the fact that he's got a hamstring injury. He will not be in action until November. Will clubs decide to take the risk now and sign him and not have a medical, basically, because the likelihood is he wouldn't pass a medical because of the hamstring problem? Or do they wait until January, or do they wait until next summer and get him for free? Everton want to offload Ross Barkley now so that they can get some money. Whether that will happen tomorrow, we'll have to wait and see.
Okay, looking back at the window this summer, what, in your opinion, has been the best buy? Or who, I should say, has been the best buy?
Right, if you look at these are the top five so far. There's some big deals in there, aren't there?
Sure.
So 90 million, Romelu Lukaku. Alvaro Morata to Chelsea, that was 70 million. Who knows? The best one could be to come. The one, I've said it before, the one with Renato Sanchez, I think is incredible. For a club like Swansea to sign a player like him, Portugal international, won Euro 2016, with Portugal. That would be a massive coup for Swansea City. As for other signings, let me see, Chelsea. Bakayoko was
Yep.
one that they were after for a while. A lot of clubs around Europe were after him as well. Manchester City have spent big as well. Bernardo Silva, we haven't seen the best of him yet, but perhaps him. Romelu Lukaku, of course, said he scored 3 goals already in 3 games.
He's in my fantasy team, so I'm quite
Difficult
happy.
to say who the best signing is. Let me reserve judgment until tomorrow, because
Okay.
there'll be some big ones tomorrow still.
So far, what's been your biggest surprise?
Biggest surprise would have to be Neymar.
Neymar.
Because Barcelona, when they signed him, they put it in his contract, a 220 million euro release clause, simply because who's going to pay 220 million euros? And lo and behold, someone did.
They sure did.
And so that was probably the big surprising one, and that's effectively changed the landscape of the transfer window this summer, because everyone's prices have suddenly gone up.
So definitely a memorable window.
Oh, the most so far. And you know what? Tomorrow
Yeah,
could have lots more in store as well.
So you are expecting a busy day tomorrow then?
100%, 100%. There's some. I've just been on the transfer centre just now and covered 30 players, I think I counted, and mentioned 18 or 19 of the Premier League clubs. And of the 30 players, 26 are still in limbo. Are they going to move or not? Sanchez tomorrow. Oxlade-Chamberlain should be announced tomorrow to Liverpool.
Yep.
Sanchez is the one, though, to watch out for.
Yeah. Well, you'll be back tomorrow covering from what time?
I shall be in. Can't give away what time I come in. People say I'm a bit lazy, but I'm in till the end.
Till
I'm
the
in
very end.
Till the end, yes.
Till that last deal is done. And of course,
Yes.
you can keep right across it on Sky Sports News, also our social media platforms, including our Transfer Centre blog. Don't miss a thing, and stay with us all day tomorrow.